Hello, my name is Alicia Morgan. I'm here today to talk to you about a behind the scenes look at navigating authenticity and transparency. Some background about me. I am an aerospace and industrial engineer. I've worked in aviation and defense. I have executive leadership experience in the nonprofit sector in various capacities in museum education and working in after school programs and supporting college and workforce readiness initiatives. All these things lends itself for me being in project and program leadership. So it's natural that I decided to take it a step further and become PMP certified as a project management professional, and I also have Agile Metrics certification. I want to set the stage in talking about authenticity and transparency. Many of us grapple with day by day of how authentic and transparent can we really be? How much can we really reveal about our personal lives? We see it every day on social media and boardrooms and in any various leadership capacities in the entertainment industry. How much can you really reveal and be safe, your perception of being safe? And so let's really talk about what these two concepts mean. Now, there is conflict, we must admit, in being authentic and genuine and showing your true self. You want to connect with people, and you also want to know, well, if I do, what happens next? And being transparent means that you can be open and honest, and you don't always fear this being uncomfortable and sharing your mistakes and your shortcomings. But there's always a dilemma about how much can you share, and you want to maintain your privacy at all times, as much of it as you can. Now, there was an article about some misconceptions about authenticity. There's a Forbes article by Tomas. So if you look up 8 popular misconceptions about authenticity, you will come across this article. So the first thing is about your whole self. Can you bring your whole self to work? You're the good, the bad, the not so pleasant. We talk about assimilation and what you can and cannot say because rightfully so, you want to maintain your livelihood for you, whatever that means. Or if you're an advocate, what do you say, not say? And that's your choice of whether you do that. But that's this question that this article talks about is, can you bring your whole self to work? And then maintaining true to your values. Like if the company that you're working for does something that you don't necessarily want to do, well, do you stick to your values or do you do it? And that's what this article is all about. And then authentic people are more successful. Is that true? Is that not true? And the best leaders are authentic. I have a personal story to tell about that. I was in a leadership capacity. I started off in engineering, and then I ventured off in STEM education and executive leadership. And I was sharing some of the challenges. We were talking about being bold and being fearless as a leader and how that plays out for young women and what to look forward to. So I was telling this personal story of some of the challenges working in the male dominated field of engineering, some toxic environments I've worked in, and some challenges I've had with some managers and some mistakes that I made along the way. And someone told me after that I was too vulnerable. I was undermining my credibility as a leader, and I should reconsider that in the future. And it really made me think about all these people in this room that I've been in this room with for a long time. Are we all being authentic? And it's not my place to tell someone how authentic or transparent they can be. I could just share my own journey. And as you really navigate different spaces, you don't always truly know someone. You don't really know if they're being as authentic as they say they are. And you don't know once things come out and you're talking about the uncomfortable, the elephants in the room, is everyone emotionally intelligent to handle that? And do we all really know who we are under all circumstances? So this is a really great article that goes into a deeper capacity about what this all means and when we think about authenticity. Then transparency matters. This is a quote by Mother Teresa. We talked about transparency and being open and uncomfortable. And it simply says honesty and transparency make you vulnerable. Be honest and transparent anyway. I must say that's easy to say because there are other things to consider. Do you have psychological safety when you're fully transparent about what's going on? And then you know that you don't know what's on the other side of that. So that's a known unknown. You don't know the impact of it. And working in the nonprofit sector, I can tell you that in for-profit organizations, we talk about key performance indicators. We have outputs. When I transitioned to working in the nonprofit sector, it really made you have a closer look at who you are in terms of your values. And then you're going into communities and trying to make a difference, knowing the difference between a simple output, how many people you reach, into an outcome, and how you transform people's lives. And to really understand how to transform, you have to get really transparent, no matter what industry you're in. And you have to be authentic, show up every day as you are, whether you feel good or not, and be transparent about what's going on to lead to that big transformation. Now, finding that resolution between navigating authenticity and transparency, we have to talk about sharing those personal stories and finding that balance that resonate with your audience. And if we think about empathy, I always talk about empathy mapping if you've been on my channel for a while, and what people think, feel, see, hear, and their pain points to get to the gain of the situation. We have to be both authentic and transparent. And it's not always a paved path in doing so. It's zigzag lines. And we have communication challenges. And when we talk about authenticity and transparency, it's also equally important to think about how we communicate. Are we direct versus indirect in communication? And that challenge is going across different cultures and customs, and understanding that and being open about your process challenges and failures. As I talked about, I share a lot about my failures and challenges. And even when I did my TEDx talk, it was all about getting over and getting on with life after failure. I even talked about on my channel when I first took the PMP exam, I failed. I didn't think I was ever going to pass it. I didn't take it immediately. I waited 13 years later and I did pass with flying colors the second time around. But if we think about being authentic and transparent, a lot of the great accomplishments I have had in my life and career is because I've chosen to be authentic and transparent. And navigating through change, if we talk about, there's a lot of initiatives going around to help people get to a livable and sustainable wage. I want to tell you that that journey doesn't stop or just stop with a paycheck. It's a journey of all the support services someone needs to be successful, whether that's transportation, digital access, financial literacy training, estate planning, all those different moving targets. And you only get to that when you have real and serious conversations with people where they can be both authentic and transparent about what it takes to really transform your life and be the best version of yourself. You have to be very open to that. Because at the end of the day, authenticity and transparency is about trust and constantly building connection. Now, this behind the scenes look at navigating authenticity and transparency, I hope that you have some key nuggets. So share in the comments if you have some nuggets or key takeaways or any additional things to add. Please like, share, and subscribe to AMMorgan. And I hope and wish you the very best on your continued journey of navigating authenticity and transparency. It's a daily journey like no other. And whatever the best version of yourself is, or whoever you choose to show up at work, how much you share and choose to share is up to you. And it's an ongoing journey. So I wish you the very best. Thanks for listening. Hope to see you again soon.